Okay, almost $2,000 from just 200,000 views. I love AI videos, man. I love AI stories. They make so much money for less effort. You understand? So on the first day, we did $65. Day two, $200. Day three, $300. Day four, $500. And that's by the way. But I think after a while, this channel got demonetized. I think I've told you guys about that P. But that's not why I'm here today. I want to talk about something different. Okay, so basically, I was expecting to post this video on my WhatsApp community, but it reached a lot more people than I was expecting. So it reached like 5,000 people and it's still growing. So now I think I'm speaking to a lot more people than my WhatsApp community. I think the WhatsApp community is also full. So if you want to join like my community, I'm gonna leave a link in the description to join the Telegram. I think if I click on the video right now, I think this is the free Telegram, yeah. So this is a free Telegram. In case you're not part of the WhatsApp community is already full, so you can just join the free Telegram right here. I think this is it. Yeah. So I have like 100, almost 200 people. I don't really promote this, but yeah, this way you can reach me. I'm gonna start to be active right here. So basically, what I'm trying to say is yeah, I just dropped a little bit of value on the last video. I didn't expect it to reach that much people, but basically, I want to talk about something different today. Okay, so from this last video, a couple people reached out to me. Okay, so people asked for mentorship, people want to get the course and everything, but one guy really stood out to me. Okay, so he was from the US. Okay, so he DM'd me and whatsoever, and he had a similar channel in that niche, but it wasn't growing. Okay, so he had like okay, if you watch the last video, you can understand what I'm trying to say. There's a niche I leaked in the last video. This is the video, right, by the way. Okay, so basically I got DMs from that very video, and one of the clients, he reached out to me and he had the team, he had the channel, but it wasn't growing. So we kind of did the back and forth, and I gave him a couple of ideas. I went over and did an ideation session with him. Okay, and that ideation session, he actually did something different to his channel. I'm just gonna put a screenshot right here because I cannot really go to WhatsApp on my laptop, but that's a screenshot right here. You see, like the couple of video ideas I gave to him, and one of the videos went viral and the real time went up to 75. I think the real time is over 100,000 as we speak right now, because of the exact same strategy I shared in this video right here, which is crazy. So I want to like double down and show you guys what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this was the kind of niche I shared in the video. Okay, this kind of explainer videos. Okay, I'm not gonna nuke my client's channel. Okay, so obviously I'm not gonna show his channel, but I'm gonna show the niche. Okay, this is the niche. This is kind of like the explainer videos I was talking about, and to be more specific, this was the exact type of channel I was talking about. I think it's something like this. Dave explains. Okay, so this is kind of the this is the channels I was talking about. But basically, there was a sub niche I recommended to my clients. Okay, the person that DM'd me from that video. Okay, so which is currently blowing up his channel right now. As I think he has applied for monetization right now. He's just waiting. He wants to apply for monetization. He's just waiting for the 5 days. He's just waiting for the the watch time to update on the back end of his YouTube account. If you guys run YouTube channels, you know what I'm talking about. There's a 5-day limit. YouTube 5-day waiting period YouTube gives. If a channel blows up really fast, you have to still wait 5 days to get into the partner program. So which is crazy to me because this is the exact niche I was talking about. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you the sub niche. Okay, I'm not gonna really hone in on what my client is really doing right now, because that's less for like the inner circle or the people who want to like reach out to me on one-on-one mentorships and stuff. But basically, on that last video, this was what I explained. I explained a channel that was run like this. This is Chris Explains. Okay, he makes it kind of like history documentary style. It's kind of like an explainer style. Okay, but this is what I shared in the last video, and you can see this guy is doing quite well. He started like 4 months ago, and he has had videos that do 800,000 views, 300,000, and he's blowing up like crazy. Okay, he's doing quite well. So basically, okay, so this is the channel I talked about in my last video. Okay, and this is the kind of videos he makes. It's kind of like a history documentary style, which is doing quite well. Okay, it's going mega viral. So but this was not the the niche I recommended to my clients. Okay, I'm just going to use this guy as a case study right here. Okay, because the strategy we used on that channel was pretty simple, but I didn't expect it to go that viral, which was crazy to me. Okay, so this history channel right here, Chris Explains, talks about history and most wanted people, most evil. I gave an example in the last video whereby you can niche down to black history and Asian history, stuff like that. Okay, but there's another type of explainer videos I've been seeing go viral consistently, like really consistently. Is it that topical? Because like me personally, I don't like researching stuff like this. If I want to if I want to run this, I would hire a scriptwriter. Okay, I won't research topics like that for myself. It's kind of weird, okay, but it works basically. It's debts. It's talking about debts, okay. Explainer videos about debt. Something like this. This guy, Scribble Scholar. You see, this guy has posted 15 videos, and he has done 17,000 subscribers. I think the sub to video reach is actually very good. What does this guy talk about? This guy talks about he explains deaths of famous people, okay, how famous people died. Death is one strong topic, okay, and adding it the virality factor of famous people and the big audience of people that love explainer videos. All this combined in one is a good recipe for a very viral YouTube channel that looks like this. So you can see this guy started 3 months ago, and the most popular video was this one, how every infamous dictator died. Okay, so he talks about, he explains deaths of popular people. He's not the only one talking about this topic. Here's another guy. Okay, so here's another guy. This guy, Professor Stein. Okay, this guy also explains deaths about famous or historic people, stuff like that. Okay, he explains how they died. So and it's a very simple concept. Okay, but the video editing style of these videos are different from what I talk. Chris explains the video editing style for this guy is quite different from this guy, which is what I want to show you guys in this video. Let me explain what I mean. So if you go over to this channel right now, click on this guy.
Just the case was exaggerated for political.
You can see this. I showed you guys how to edit stuff like this. Very simple, basic, slideshow type of editing, which is very simple to make. Okay, I showed you guys how to make something like this. But if you go over to this guy right here, this Scribble Scholar now, you can see this guy animates his content, which it kind of like brings more life into the content, and it kind of explains why the video goes viral. Let me show you what I mean. So this video right here says how every notorious pirate died. Okay, it's a very good topic. It's a very strong topic. Trust me, guys. These thumbnails are very easy to make. It's not as difficult as it seems. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the process of making stuff like this for your own channel. Okay, so let me just click on this.
Edward Blackbeard Teach. On November 22nd, 1718, 38-year-old Edward Teach was anchored off Ocracoke Island, North Carolina.
You can see the way this guy animates his content. Okay, stuff like this. Okay, so these are simple animations that can be done with AI. It's very simple to make. You just have to know the exact tools and the right workflow in order to edit stuff like this. So it's a very simple concept. I think this video did 200,000 views, and it's just a 30 minutes video, which was very crazy to me. So, and trust me, if you work on AI channels, brand a little bit of branded AI channels whereby you have to edit everything. It's not I'm not talking about one image AI channels, because I personally been successful in both one image channels and branded AI channels. Okay, so I kind of have a taste of the two. Okay, so there's a workflow for one image AI channels and there's a workflow for branded AI channels, and the workflow for branded AI channels is kind of similar to what this guy does here on this channel. There's a little bit of investment you have to put in stuff like this because the videos have quality. But I want to show you guys a simple process on how you're gonna edit or make something similar to this. Let me show you what I mean. So let's talk about the videos, for example. Let's talk about the script. Okay, to get scripting is not it's not very difficult in 2026. There are a lot of AI tools. There's Claude, there's ChatGPT. But me, I'm an old school guy. Everyone likes to use Claude. Claude is way more is way more I agree. Claude is way more what's the word I want to use right now? Claude is way more systematic, way more realistic in terms of how it scripts your videos. But ChatGPT just for some reason ChatGPT just gives me what I want. Okay, so but basically, like I explained in the last video, when it comes to channels like this, you don't actually use ChatGPT to script their videos. ChatGPT only works for AI channels like this, that makes this kind of content. Okay, this is where ChatGPT comes in. But normal, this is YouTube Faceless. This is not YouTube. This is not YouTube AI. Okay, so for when it comes to channels like this, you have to hire a scriptwriter to do research for all the topics or all the historical figures you want to talk about and how they died in the content. Okay, so let's say for instance now you have your script ready, okay, for his channel like this. Let's talk about how you go ahead to start creating the content. You can see the guy does a lot of animations right here. Okay, a lot of animations this guy does, and The animations are just images. He doesn't really animate. Sometimes he does a little bit of effects, which I'm still going to show you in this video, but most of the time it's just images. Okay, let me play the video real quick. It's just images, adding stuff to the images, and he's very creative in the way he animates the images. Okay, this is what I'm going to show you guys in this video. So with enough blabbing, let me just go over to my profile and show you guys how this works. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, so I basically took a screenshot from one of the videos. I love the animations. I think this channel was let me see. I think this channel was from this guy right here. Yeah, I think the channel was from the Scribble Scholar. Yeah, I think the channel was from this guy, the Scribble Scholar. So I screenshotted it and put it on ChatGPT, and I was like, ChatGPT, I told ChatGPT to describe the animation style. Okay, because I love the animations. It's a 2D character style. Okay, so ChatGPT went ahead to describe the 2D animation style and whatever. But I was really specific with the kind of prompts I want, or what I wanted from ChatGPT. There's a particular format or workflow I use in editing my AI videos. Okay, these videos I make right here. Okay, you can see they are 1 hour videos. That's why they have a very decent RPM. Okay, this video has an almost a $9 RPM. As you can see right now, it's a 1 hour video. Okay, so it is a workflow I use, or I give my editors to edit my videos for me, and it's very, very simple. I'm going to show you guys real quick. So let me click on B1 right now. So guys, as you can see, there's a workflow I use to animate these AI characters, or not animate per se, generate images of my AI channel. Okay, for my AI channel. So take a look at the images. You can see they are, first of all, what sticks out is that there are the images are connected. Okay, like the characters are consistent. Okay, there's like consistency in images. And I want you guys to take note of something. Look at my prompts. There's a way I prompt ChatGPT, and I have a workflow, okay, that gives me consistent characters on my images, or my image generations, and I make sure it follows my story. Okay, you can see for this is a consistent character progression. Okay, on my story, you can see this is what I use on ChatGPT, and all my prompts are very, very similar. It won't make sense to you, but I have a workflow which I only obviously I can't give you right here for free. It's obviously in my course or in my one-on-one mentorship. So basically what I'm trying to say is I use this same workflow on this 2D image character, and ChatGPT gave me something similar to this. This is a different style. Okay, it's not as high quality as our competitors. Okay, that looks like this, but it's something decent. This is another, if you use this kind of style, okay, it can also go viral for you, because it's a different, it's a different tone. Okay, but when it comes to niche like this, I don't like using ChatGPT to generate their images. I think ChatGPT is best for AI channels. Okay, but I don't think ChatGPT is best for 2D animations, which is why I used Wix. Okay, Wix AI. Okay, so this is the URL, labs.google.wix. Okay, labs.google./fx. whatever. Like, this is the URL. Just check it out. So I gave the similar prompt or similar workflow to Wix, and this is what Wix gave me. You can see it's a lot better than ChatGPT. It's a lot more HD, and this is at the characters and stuff, and you can animate these characters on Wix. Let me show you something real quick. So all you need to do is click on animate. So I have 7 generations left, and all I need to do is just click on this, and it's going to use Google View 3 and gonna like animate the scene for me. Okay guys, so you can see Wix is done generating the video. So you can see it uses View 3 right here. So let's see what it gives to us. So basically, okay, so obviously Wix has limitations. You cannot really animate every single image like this. Okay, well, you can generate a lot of images, and you can see 7 generations per free account, but it's basically very, very cheap. If you want to, I don't know how to purchase, but if you want to buy, I think you want to upgrade your plan or something, you use Google credits or whatsoever. It's not that. Yeah, let's see, upgrade. So it's Google. Okay, so basically if you want more credits, you can upgrade. You can see for 28,000 or for 7,000 per month, thereabout. So you use to connect your Google card and pay whatsoever. That's if you want more generations of but me personally, I wouldn't really say I'm on the free account. I wouldn't really do that. I might as well just the images are already HD, they're already good quality. I might as well just animate the entire story with my workflow, okay, with stuff like that. Okay, so this is basically like kind of what I told to the clients. and the videos kind of went viral, like really viral, and like wow, that was crazy. So I wanted to, that's what I wanted to like share to you guys. This is like a sub niche inside the explainer video. I'm going all in on explainer videos in 2026 because explainer videos can make you a lot of money, which is crazy. Like this kind of channels can make you a lot of money. But I think this guy is like going for a little bit more quality because these videos might be a lot more expensive to make. This guy uses what's it called? Higgsfield AI. Okay, so I'm not sponsored or anything by Higgsfield, but Higgsfield is a very good tool. I think I should be able to check it right here. For his thumbnails, for his thumbnails, for his thumbnail, I think he uses Nano Banana Pro. Yeah, Nano Banana Pro is something like he used to generate that kind of like, you know, HD, not HD basic, but like this animated, well animated 2D character something. This he uses Nano Banana Pro. Okay, when it comes to like the actual image, he doesn't use Wix. This is not a Wix. He also uses Higgsfield. There's another tool he uses on Higgsfield to like animate this stuff. Yeah, for video, it's Kling01. Kling01 is a tool. Kling01. Okay, but basically this is a tool like he used to, he gives his prompt and it gives you like the quality of the 2D animation is very good. I think that's what he uses for his animations, and which are very good. So these videos are expensive to make. The reason I know they're expensive to make because of the pricing of Higgsfield. Higgsfield is a little bit on the, I think if you want to buy the annual plan, that's when it gets a lot cheaper. This is like 200 bucks a year. This is like 352 bucks a year, stuff like that. So this is like, if you want to buy the monthly plan, it's like 29 bucks a month, thereabout. So the videos, yeah, and they take a lot of credits. The credits are kind of like capped, even on this monthly plan. Like it takes like, let's say 300, 400, 500 credits per video. So the videos have costs. Okay, so yeah, the videos are expensive to make, but that's what I'm saying, you can use free tools like the Wix I just showed you, Wix AI, and you can use, if you want to go for this ChatGPT tone is still very good. This is another tone you can use depending on the voiceover and the pacing and the scripting of the video. Okay, so this is another different tone. Okay, and ChatGPT is free. Okay, stuff like this is, if you animate it properly, again what I shared in the course, so if you animate it properly, you're gonna like make your channel really go viral. Okay, so guys, let's try recreating a video from this channel, and let me show you guys the workflow of what I would do if I want to like blow up something on this kind of like sub niche. Okay, so I love this niche because the videos can really go viral if you know what you're doing. This video did 1.3 million views in 8 days. Okay, because the topic is very, it made sense. It talks about detectors, it talks about debt, it talks about, it's crazy because everything, the recipe for this video is like viral. So anything about war, British army, stuff like that goes really viral. You can see he did another one about British war. You can see 100,000 views in 4 days, and they were his most viral videos out of everything he's ever talked about on this channel. Okay, let's go to most popular. Yeah, I think so. This one and this one. Okay, so I think that's why this story hits. The story did really well. So let's recreate something like this. Okay, so his title is "How Every Infamous Dictator Died." Okay, so you can just take something like this right now, and you don't really have to go crazy on like ideation is the most, in terms of ideation I'll say less is more. You don't have to go crazy of like changing a lot of stuff. So instead of how every infamous dictator died, we can just niche down and say how every infamous German dictator died. Let's say someone has done that video. So that's like my rough sketch idea. Okay, so let's see if someone else has done that video. How every infamous German dictator died. So kind of like niching down. So you can see the keyword detector is a high interest keyword. So it's the theory of ideation is very simple. We use a working format plus a high interest keywords. High interest keywords plus working format. That's basically how it works. The keyword detector, of what I'm seeing so far, is a very high interest keyword. So cartel boss also is a high interest keyword. So that's why this guy, like, he went really viral for this keyword detector. So obviously for our title, detector has to be in there. Okay, so someone used okay, Major Nazi General died. Okay, let's see. You can see dictator. Another video again did 5.6 million views with the keyword dictator. So this keyword now is a very so for my own title now, I want to have Nazi in there and also want to have dictator in there. So for one title, let's do how every infamous, I'm gonna say Nazi German dictator died. Okay, so something like this now. Okay, so let's click on search. So I don't think anyone has done any video like this. So that's gonna be our cue. You can see the way I come. You can see my thought process when it comes to ideation. Okay, so let us go ahead and make something about this video. So let's say, because obviously this is the point I give this idea to my scriptwriter, and she goes ahead to do the research and everything. I give her like the the structure to follow for these 2 videos and everything. So let's skip the process. Let's say you're done with the script and you have your voiceover ready. Let's go over to like the editing side of things and how you can create something,
Adolf Hitler.
similar to this. So when it comes to, like I explained before, when it comes to like this kind of channels, you can see it's a very simple style, and this kind of style can be done on Canva. Okay, let's go to Canva and create something similar to this. So guys, you can see this is something similar I created on Canva for a different channel. Okay, so let's say for instance you want to create something for this type of channel. Let's create something similar to this. These are all animations and stuff. Okay, so let's create a new project. I'm gonna go for YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so we're gonna put it side by side with this one. So I love the font style of his text. I've forgotten the name of the font style. I've forgotten the name of the font of this text, but I think it works well with this type of animations. It works quite well with it. So I think I'm gonna find it right here. So let's go to text. So let's take our title. How every infamous Nazi German dictator died. So we're gonna copy this. Okay, so we're gonna paste it in here. So let me see if I can find the font for, yeah, Comic Sans. Yeah, I think this is the font, Comic Sans, guys. This is the font right here. So you can just do bold. I think this font is very similar to this. Yeah, I think this is the font, Comic Sans. So this font now very much matches this style of what we want to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and create some of the animations. So let's say you want to create an animation for, let's say, Adolf Hitler, for example. So obviously I'm not going to put in Adolf Hitler in the AI. It's going to get flagged because that's a bad keyword. So I'm going to create something similar. Let's go over to my Wix profile. So we're going to go to this profile. So let me download this image, for example. So guys, I'm going to get rid of this section of the prompt. This is all I need to change. I'm just going to get rid of this. Then I'm going to customize it with whatever I want to put in there. So let's take for instance now on this thumbnail. So guys, here's my prompt. I said an old man seated at a cafe holding up a loaded weapon to his head while everyone in the cafe looks frightened and uneasy. So basically, I don't want to recreate something like this, but I want like a 2D style animation of like a man holding the gun or something like that. So let's try and generate it and let's see if Wix AI will, So guys, this is what Wix AI, kind of gave to us. You can see it's an animation. It's not exactly this, but I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, so let's just download. This is another animation he gave to us. So I think let's just download this one. Okay, so I'm going to save this one to my PC. So guys, you can see right here I've uploaded the image to Canva. Let's just bring it in here. Okay, so guys, don't forget we need to add our borders. Okay, so let's add our borders. Remember, it's always I think it's yeah, this is what tool is this? Stroke style. So we're gonna click on stroke width. I'm gonna increase the border a little bit. Okay, something like this should do. Okay, so guys, I'm just gonna try and like give you guys a simple clue on how you animate stuff like this, or how you can recreate this thumbnail. Okay, so if you go to the, not exactly the thumbnail per se, but like the video editing style. Hitler. Okay, so this is kind of like the way you edit stuff like this. So all you need to do is like generate the remainder of the whatever you're talking about in the video, and it's a simple keyframing and simple animations. Okay,
Adolf Hitler.
This zoom in is kind of what we call keyframing editing. If you don't know how to edit, I made a simple editing tutorial. It's also embedded in my course. Okay, so that's basically what comes with it. But this is a simple way you can come around and recreate something very similar to whatever you have on this channel. Okay, so let's go over to my CapCut and show you guys. Let me show you guys how to like edit the video per se. So guys, you can see right here, this is the simple editing style I was talking about. Okay, so
in the middle of West Africa over 700 years ago,
you can see this everything about this editing is all about keyframes. Okay, but basically this editing style was for the former or the previous niche or sub niche I told you guys about in these explainer videos. Okay, but on this style of content is basically animations. You don't edit it this way. Okay, so this way is not where you edit it. You basically animate everything. Okay,
Hitler said his final goodbyes around 3:30 in the afternoon. He and Eva retreated to their private quarters.
The editing style is not, there's basically zero editing. It's just, you're just generating these images and stacking them all together, you know, to get this kind
What
of
happened
simple
next was
animations.
confirmed by those who found them. Hitler had
Okay, so that's basically what I'm trying. I'm not gonna go ahead and like do everything right here in this video. Okay, I'm just trying to like make this video to show you guys. Okay, because of someone took action on that my last video, and you know, the person is almost monetized, and he's running something very very similar to. He's basically running this niche. Okay, he's basically running this niche. Just to tell you guys, he's basically running this niche, death stories. Okay, but I'm just trying to use this video to show you guys like a simple way, you know, you can go about it and, you know, recreate something. It's not as difficult as it looks, you know, to create something similar to this. If you have the budget, you can go for, you know, Hicksfield. Okay, so which is why I made a very very simple detailed tutorial. Okay, and that tutorial is going to be left in the link in the description. Obviously it's not going to be free. Okay guys, let me tell you guys something real quick. If you go to the description of this video, okay, you're gonna see a link to a course right there. If you click on the link, it's gonna take you right here. Okay, so this is the AI course. Once you click on buy and you want to purchase, you're going to be directed to a private Telegram group. Okay, they already post videos on the Telegram group. Okay, and inside that Telegram group, I'm going to be actively updating it. Okay, so right now in that Telegram group, I'm done creating, I'm going to be uploading more detailed tutorials on how you're going to be making these videos, more detailed tutorials on, I'm taking it from the editing, you know, because my editor, I'm not the one usually making these videos. I actually have editors that, you know, edit these videos for me and upload it to my channels. So I'm gonna have them like film, or, you know, create something like a well-detailed tutorial, and I'm gonna be uploading them on the Telegram group. Okay, that's basically how it works. But again, explainer videos is the way to go in 2026. There are a lot of channels, you know, printing and doing and making good money from explainer videos. Let's take for instance now this guy I use as a case study. You can see if you go over to Wix AI right here, you can see this guy has, you know, on average he does on average $5,000 a month on this channel on 700,000 views, and he has an average RPM of $6. But I'm guessing it's quite low due to the length of his videos. So for my experience, I'm guessing it's like $4, $3 thereabouts. Though majority of my channels are AI, okay, I run AI channels for a living, but I'm saying 2026 having just AI channel is not the best way to go. You need to know, you know, you need to know tap into YouTube Faceless. Though the videos are a lot more expensive to create, but in the long run they are a lot more safer and they are a lot more prone to inauthentic content. Okay, by the way guys, this is my social media profile. Okay, so this is my Twitter handle if you guys don't know me. Okay, I make tweets about YouTube automation and stuff like that. You can just check it out in case you don't know who I am.